Today we are going to give a presentation on forecasting. Forecasting methods can be classified as quantitative or qualitative, and a forecast can be developed using a time series method or a causal method. If the historical data are security to past values of the variable that we are trying to forecast, the forecasting procedure is called a time series method. These are three time series methods: smoothing, in terms of moving averages, weighted moving averages, and exponential smoothing, trend projection, and trend projection adjusted for seasonal influence. Forecasting is the process in business marketing and web development of concluding what the business market that you are engaged in looks like demographically. It can also involve trying to predict the movement of the existing market going forward. So market strategies and business plans can be developed to anticipate and meet the changing demands. Many different forecasting strategies are used, and each market will have specific models that have worked in the past. Quantitative forecasting methods can be used when past information about the variable being forecast is available. The information can be quantified, and a reasonable assumption is that the pattern of the past will continue into the future. The objective of time series methods is to discover a pattern in the historical data and then infer this pattern into the future. The forecast is based individually on past values of the variables that we are trying to forecast and on past forecast errors. Causal forecasting methods are based on the assumption that the variable we are trying to forecast reveals a cause-effect relationship with one or more other variables. And a causal forecasting method will use regression analysis. Qualitative methods generally involve the use of expert judgment to develop forecasts. An advantage of qualitative procedures is that they can be applied when the information on the variable being forecast cannot be quantified, and when historical data either are not applicable or available. Next, I will elaborate the types of business or industry that use forecasting. A retail organization uses forecasting for its future sales. A busy airport would like to forecasting air traffic volumes. A new hospital prefers forecasting demand for medical care. A typical example program for forecasting is from Dell. Dell computers. The importance of effective stock control in remaining cost competitive, and the management of the supply chain with the companies who supply Dell with thousands component parts. A key part of this supply chain management is reliable forecasting of sales. Hence, the component parts that will be needed over the planning horizon. They are forecast sales on a 6-monthly basis, with the forecast updated weekly. These forecasts are then shared with sales suppliers so they in turn can manage their own supply chain better. Dell's demand for its products is seasonally affected by with different seasonality for different products in its product range. For personal customers, the Christmas period is peak demand. For the government sector, there is a strong seasonal increase towards the end of the financial year, as government agencies spend their remaining budget. For the educational sector, there is a strong seasonality as schools and colleges begin their new academic year. Forecast error can have major implications for production and for cost.
Forecasting can be used in different types of areas in terms of business, such as assessing possible outcome for companies. The following case study I'm going to talk about is the ways of leading air industry Cathay Pacific, raising their ticket price to an optimal level by forecasting their strong earning growth. Basically, they focus in four particular areas. Firstly, a modest cyclical recovery and slightly lower fuel price. They assume $120 per billion in 2013 to 2015, compared to $127 per barrel in 2012. Secondly, flat modernization. They estimate this will lower unit operating costs and save Hong Kong dollar 3 billion by 2015, compared to 2012 cost levels. Thirdly, the absence of one-off costs, which amount to Hong Kong dollar 7,200 million in 2012. And lastly, a pickup in forecast profit at Air China and elimination of losses at Air China Cargo. The latter contribute losses of Hong Kong dollars 500 million in 2012. In this note, they are raising their net profit forecast by 12% and 10% for 2014 and 2015, respectively. This diagram below shows that Cathay Pacific share price almost turned positive, and earning momentum is starting to recover due to its caused by slightly higher forecasting. Now I'm going to talk about the benefit of using forecasting, such as provide business with valuable information, which means business can use to make decisions about the future of the organization. Also, staying in frequent contact with your clients and keeping up with industry research will help organizations better gauge potential spikes in demand, allowing organizations to ramp up production earlier. And lastly, research might reveal a seasonal or permanent trend that will require organizations to use more credit, adjust their invoice terms, or keep more cash on hand to avoid interest costs associated with loans. On the other hand, there can be some limitation in using forecasting. For example, it takes time to make a good forecast. Most small businesses cannot afford a full-time employee to create and manage the annual forecast, so it becomes a part of someone's overall responsibility. Another limitation may be lack of historical data. Forecasting starts with the accumulation of past data and then builds from there. It's critical that historical records be maintained in such a way that they can be easily used as a part of the forecasting process. In addition, limitations to forecasting provide a real challenge in creating a good forecast, as organizations can control their pricing, promotional level of activity, and distribution methods, which all influence the demand for their product. What they cannot control are the entry or exit of competitors, competitive promotional activity, factors such as new technology that affect the neutral demand for their product, dramatic weather events, new laws or regulation, or loss of key existing customers. This is the reference list for our whole presentation. So this is end of our presentation.